All righty then. It is Friday. It is 5:30 here in California. I am Ron from Ron Alcott Photography. So it must be time for Friday happy hour virtual home art gallery show. Bunch of words, but a lot of fun. Welcome. Looks like we've got a couple of people that have joined in on Instagram. Welcome, Terry. Welcome, Aspen. Welcome, Sarah. And I haven't seen anybody yet on Facebook, but I don't know how to see people on Facebook unless they say something. So if you're on Facebook, say something. So what is this? This is Friday night. And on Friday night, I like to show you some of the actual printed art that I have. These are limited edition prints of my work. And there, get me more in the center so that I'm not hanging off the edge of the Instagram screen. These are printed works of my photographs. They're limited editions. They're all done on Hahnemühle photo rag paper. They are varying sizes. I forgot to jot down today's size. Today, they're all about the same size, and I believe it's about 17 by 19. I will check that as we go along. Excuse the flickering lights. I don't know why they do that. Without further ado, we do this in about a half an hour. We do it every Friday night. I'm going to be in trouble next Friday night because I'm going to have to be doing some smaller prints. I've got the last of my limited editions that I have in stock up today. So let's go ahead and jump right into the first print. Okay. The first print is called, thanks Terry, this is as dressy as my shirts get. I'm sorry. This is dressed up for me. This is called Yosemite Valley from Glacier Point. Okay, it was taken on a trip to Yosemite, obviously, that I made last fall for my birthday. And when it made my first trip ever to Glacier Point, which is an overlook that sits right at the juncture of Yosemite Valley and this little side valley that feeds into it. And you have this grand vista looking out. You probably can't see so much on Instagram, but off to the right-hand side of your screen there is Half Dome, okay, and then looking up, you can see on Instagram the rest of the valley there. Let's see if I can move it in a little bit there. So now you should be able to see Half Dome. Instagram doesn't allow you to do landscape mode. So here, now I've got it tilted. There. Now you should be able to have seen the whole picture, the whole kit and caboodle there. Okay. As always, pardon the gloves. I wear gloves when I'm handling your art. So one of the things, just like real gallery openings, that I do here is I put these items on sale. They're in stock. You can have the very print that you're seeing. It is a limited edition. It is number 10 of 50. And normally it sells for $309, and tonight I'm letting it go for $150. So if you are interested in that, the first person who puts "I want number 1" into a comment is going to be the winner. So again, it regularly is $309, and right now it's $150. what do you get? You get the print ready to frame as you see it here. It will be signed and numbered. I will give you a personal dedication on the back, and I will give you a certificate of authenticity. So you get all of those things along with the matted print. Shipping is included at that price, so you don't pay anything more as long as you're in the continental U.S. I don't do overseas shipping on the discounted prices. So Yosemite Valley from Glacier Point is print number 1. Okay. And now we do magic. I don't have any magic. Sorry. Print number 2 is one that I've had around for a while, but I haven't ever shown the limited edition of this one. If I can get it all to balance. Please, please, please. Okay. I need a stagehand. This one is called Floating Feather. This one I took in the Black Forest in Germany about 8 months ago now. It was last fall, beginning of September last fall. And I had gone to the Black Forest to do some meditation at the start of my trip to Europe. And the place where I was meditating, I looked down, and none of this is actually staged. This is actually the still life that I saw as I looked down, sitting on a rock in the Black Forest. And it looks like that feather is floating in midair. It's not. It's actually propped up by that mossy stuff and by that piece of grass. But it looks that way. So I named it Floating Feather. Black Forest was a good place for me. I spent an afternoon there journaling and just thinking about things. I was starting a new relationship and starting new phases of my life. So it was a very good place for me to be. I was way out in the country, in the woods, very much like where I grew up. And it was a good stop. So this one is meaningful for me because it was kind of my meditation point for about a half an hour there. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, the pine cone pieces and the branches and then the feather floating there. It's a very interesting piece. Once again, all of these pieces today actually go for $309. They're all the same size. So they normally go for $309. I'm selling this one for $150. So if you are in the market for a feather or a pine cone or perhaps some mossy green evergreen stuff, you can have this today for more than half off. This one again is called Floating Feather. All right. So just to recap what we've looked at so far. I know it's only been 2, but you might be confused. We looked at Yosemite Valley from Glacier Point. I'll show it again before the end of the show. That's print number 1, on sale from $309, on sale for $150. Shipping is included, certificate of authenticity, Hahnemühle photo rag paper, 2-inch matted print ready to frame, signed, numbered, and a dedication on the back for you. And you can get all of those same things with the one that we have up now, which is Wall of Green. Okay, and Wall of Green, again, $309 on sale for $150 today. If you don't particularly like the pictures that I'm showing you today, or they're below your price range or above your price range, or just these aren't the pictures that, these are not the droids that you want, then I do have a special code. It is good until midnight Pacific time tonight. This week's code is happy0605. So the word happy and then 0605 is today's date, June 5th. So with that code, you will get 23% off. Okay? And then why 23? It's a good number. It also is more than my sale Father's Day sale that I have going on, which is Dad 2020 is the discount code for that. But that's only 20% off. So I really suggest that you buy a whole bunch of art and use that code happy0605 and get 23% off, because frankly it's a screaming deal. So the mats add 2 additional inches in each direction. I will post in the show notes right after this, but bear with me for 1 second, and I will actually look up on my handy dandy chart what size these are, because they're all the same size this week. I can hum a little tune for you. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Okay, these start out, the actual print inside dimension is 19 by 14. Okay, so with the matting, they are plus 4, so that's 23 by 18. And I apologize, most of these Europe pictures I took and cropped before I knew about standard sizing for frames. So this will probably not go into a standard frame, which I believe the standard frame is 24 by 18 at this aspect ratio. You might get somebody to do a 24 by 18 and do an uneven mat for you, where they wouldn't use this mat. They would use a different mat and just cut it to the size of the frame and then cut it to the size of the thing. That would be cheaper than building a custom frame. So the outside dimensions with the mat are 23 by 17. All right. So what did we do? We talked about the discount coupon. We talked about the first 2 prints. We talked about the size. Okay. We talked about the sale. So if you're the first to sign up and say, I want number 1 or I want number 2, or so remember number 1. Well, we'll go backwards here. Number 2 was this one, Floating Feather. And number 1 was this one, Yosemite from Glacier Point. Okay? And that's even a better deal than I thought, because that's actually a bigger print. All right? And that one I don't know the dimensions of. I would have to dig down in my orders to find that one. because that's not one of my standard prints. Okay. So those are the first two. The discount code HAPPY0605 until midnight tonight. And then print number 3 is one this was my my April giveaway. Okay, and here it is as a limited edition. This is called Wall of Green. Again, this one is 19 by 14, which would make the matted size 23 by 18. Or 23, yes, 23 by 18 as versus 24 by 18. It's Friday. I've been staring at numbers all day. I'm an engineer by my primary trade, so I've been staring at numbers all day. I get confused. So this is Wall of Green. This was taken in Pacifica, California in October after I got back from Europe. There is a pathway along Maury Bluff Trail where a Vietnam veteran created a Liberty Garden and tended it and sits there most days and will tell you about why he put a garden there. Meanwhile, various civic groups have adopted that garden and added gardens alongside of it, and there's almost a half a mile of gardens as you walk down this pathway. It's really very, very nice. And because it's by the ocean, and it's California, even in Northern California, in October, it was this very, very, very lush green against the trees in the background. And it just created a sort of wall effect. Very much an English country garden style. Yeah, I think the white flowers I believe are lady's breath or baby's breath that you see a lot in cut flower arrangements. And the orange flowers are zinnias. Those I know. So I'm really very, very good at recognizing flowers. I can tell you if something is a flower with probably better than 90% accuracy. Sorry, that's my little joke. I've been using it this year. I will stop soon. But this is called Wall of Green, and there's already one happy owner of a small metallic paper print of this. This is the limited edition. It goes normally for $309, on sale today for $150. And just a real pretty picture. You know, who's going to argue with flowers on the wall? What else can I tell you? I want to give a shout out here to Jean B. From Kansas. We drew her name last Monday as the winner of our May giveaway, which was Straw Hat Happiness. So I'll be doing a signing ceremony for that on Sunday morning. For those of you who don't know, on Sunday mornings I do a longer live presentation where I introduce 5 new pieces for the week, and I also give tips on doing better photography. And we're in the middle of a chapter on on composition. Sorry, I stare at myself here and I find myself fascinating, so I forget to talk. I'm in the middle of a module on composition. We've covered rule of thirds, and we covered the golden ratio and Fibonacci spiral. This week we're going to talk about leading lines and how to use leading lines to make more interesting photos. So tune in for that. That is 8:30 on Sunday mornings that I am live. But of course, all of this, because it's on YouTube, because it's on Facebook, and because it's on Instagram, you can watch them anytime you want. But I get lonely if nobody's watching live. So I'm really happy that Terry and Sarah are keeping me company here today. So we've got Sunday morning live. We'll be back here next week. They won't be limited editions. For a couple of weeks, I'll just be doing smaller matted prints and giving you a break on pricing on those. We've got our code for the day. Discount code today is HAPPY0605. We have a Father's Day sale going on right now on the site for 20% off. The Happy 0605 gives you 23% off. Dad 2020 gives you 20% off. Our June giveaway is on right now. It's a marvelous picture of a California sea lion under the Santa Cruz Pier. And that one is called Sometimes You Just Have to Sing. And we're giving away like 11 by 17 or 11 by 14 print on metallic paper of that. So that's kind of what's going on. Those are our pictures today. Once again, if you want one of the pictures today at the discount price, you need to type in to the chat box and say either I want number 3 or I want number 2. Let me not knock my whole display over. Or I want number 1. Okay, so those were the 3 pictures. Yosemite Valley from Glacier Point. Floating Feather. And Wall of Green. So we always do a giveaway on Fridays as long as we have more than 2 guests. We have more than 2 guests. So the way that we do giveaway with the live show is, first let me tell you the prize. You will get the sheet of paper sized metallic photo paper. Yeah, so there's 7 by 11 or some are 8 by 12, or they're all in about that size. You will get your choice of any of the 3 prints that I showed today. And the way that you get entered to do that is to enter into the chat right now a number between 1 and 500. And I've picked a number already, and whoever comes closest to my number will get the print. As with everything that I give away, the shipping is included. This isn't one of those, yes, buy the $40 print and you can win a $40 print and only pay $30 in shipping and handling. It's like, no. This is free if you're in the continental US. The postage is included. Okay. Well, we have a winner. Congratulations, Terry. I will be sending you a direct message right after the show here, maybe a little while. I have to get a drink. I forgot to bring my beverage tonight to happy hour. How could that be? But I'll contact you. You, in fact, hit my number right on. Exactly on. Oops, where'd you go? Just want to show you. My number was 42. So, and that's what Terry guessed. So either we've been watching the same things, or she's simply another Douglas Adams fan. I was watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse again for about the 5th time tonight, and noticed all of the times that the number 42 crops up in that particular piece. So so that was interesting to see that. I hadn't noticed that any of the other times. But 42 keeps showing up a lot of times in into the multiverse. But yes, 42 is the meaning of life. We just don't know what the question is. So, with all of that said, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for commenting. It's much more fun when there are people here. I hope to see you next week. I hope to see you Sunday morning. If you can't get there live, do listen into the replays. I hate to think that I'm babbling into the Ethernet all by myself. Perhaps there are aliens on another planet picking this up off of the radio, off of the microwaves that the internet operates on, but I really, really doubt it. Sorry, guys. If you're an alien, I believe that you're out there. I just really doubt that you're watching my show. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Be kind to another person. And become the person that you would like to meet. Good night.